Hello everyone, this is Mario Kaiba, or as some people know me as, just Mario, mainly those at Ghoul Brothers. I know I use a freaking little anime girl avatar, but hey, I like this one. Anyway, as a lot of us know, Ghoul Brothers last year at the Acme Plaza is this year because the douche lords in charge of the place won't renew the lease. I'm gonna be real. Okay, heck, even my tracking is messing up because of how depressed I am. But I am just going to say it how it is. Okay, one reason I was using this avatar is because I was trying not to freaking get emotional. Otherwise, it would just been live footage. But yeah, I've been at Ghoul Brothers since it first opened in 2017. Earlier that year, my dad, who I hadn't spoken to in like, I don't know, 16 years, I had news of his passing, and of all of his relatives, I was the only one willing to claim his body. Got him buried in a military graveyard because I didn't know till then he served in Nam. And then, like, going through all this stuff, I was lost. Alright? But it was like September or something. My sister found this thing on Facebook for Ghoul Brothers. New haunted house opening up. And I figured, why not give it a shot? So I came in, told David how I tried at freaking Haunted Schoolhouse and Lab a couple years earlier, got refused. He gave me a shot. Hell, I even impressed him a little with my voice acting. Probably impressed Matt too. And first few nights, I was in this rubberized plant mask. Like, hard to speak through, always sweating. When I got my freaking 10-minute break, as soon as I'd make it outside, I would take that thing off and wipe my face off. But hell, they didn't have the ghillie suits ready at the time, or else I'd been wearing one of those too. Instead, I was just stuck in a lab coat. Then, Bill, best makeup artist I've ever known, decides to try something with me. Had the scar on my face, made it look like it was oozing something. Did a few other things with makeup, showed David. David decided to give me a shot with the makeup. Well, that night, I was so loud that they could hear me through every section of the haunt, and I didn't use a megaphone or a mic back then. I almost threw my voice out. The next night, I was taking ibuprofen and popping cough drops like they were candy. It was that bad. Well, I get moved to the kill floor from the lab area, and I'm just wearing a pair of overalls, no shirt, covered in blood, with a chain, and that fake blood was so sticky sometimes the stuff that get in my hair stuck in the chain. And I forget who I was with the final night the first year, but she wanted to be the perpetrator, right? And I agreed to be the victim. So she would pretend to slam me against the wall, slam myself there, fall down, and she'd pretend to be hitting me. I was like, stop! And she'd be yelling something like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. That was fun. Year two, I was Horace the hammer wielding hellbilly. Only because I wore a shirt that said Horace as a name tag. And I liked that one. 2018 wasn't a bad year. Though by 2019, I decided I wanted to be more original. Next thing you know, I'm end up next to the Annihilator, whom I call the Bone God. Big, huge animatronic. And that was when I started using a mic system. Well, at the time, I was also having issues with makeup and didn't wear it as much. But David did not like the mask that I got because I bought my own mask. And I originally had it set up to where I could use it with the mic, but anytime he allowed me to actually use it, it was on a freaking night I forget to charge the mic's battery. So yeah, that kept failing. And then of course, on my way there one day, I wrecked my truck. I had this truck for like 2 years. It was one my dad left behind. And trust me, you did not want to see the shape of the other car, which was like a mid 2000s Mustang. I totaled the front of that. But I still came into work that night, all shooken up from that accident, hurting like hell. Thankful that Dave had some ibuprofen. But yeah, after the season, I had a truck looked at and found out that I bent the frame slightly, and there's no fixing that, so I had to scrap it. But 2019 was also the year Tom Holland came through the hunt with the Russo brothers. And Tom Holland was, Spider-Man, was wearing one of those boo necklaces, we call them. They're glow necklaces on his head like a frickin' halo. And all because he was Tom Holland. A lot of us ignored the frickin' boo necklace policy of being easier on somebody. I actually got him to jump onto a wall. Sadly, he didn't stick. And John Vels frickin' stole one of his shoes, returned it, but still stole it. That was a fun year. Then came 2020. COVID forced us to cancel because David prefers actors to be wearing makeup if possible, see mouths moving, all of that jazz. But yeah, I didn't know about it till I was there at the frickin' usual orientation date, and Matt was like, "You get the news? Hear the news, Mario?" And I'm like, "I'm fired again, aren't I?" Because that used to be a yearly joke between me and Matt. He'd say, "Hey Mario, you're fired," laughing, and I'd be like, yeah, "Okay." But yeah, turns out that year we were closed due to COVID. And then came 2021. By the time that year came around, I had a girlfriend out of state. She helped me buy this cheap skull mask thing that only covered the top half of my face. Dave allowed it, but I was still in makeup whenever. And I was still next to the Bone God. It was just another year of so and so that I just had fun scaring people. And I was still using this voice. And then 2022. Dave decides to move me to the Q line, which is when I started using this voice. And I gotta admit, I still like using it. I still use it to this day. But yeah, I was partnered with Tiny, who one night was giving away these two cats. Grady, or I forget his name, Matt's son, wanted one but wouldn't let him have it. But frickin', I came up with a plan with Tiny because I knew my sister wouldn't let me bring it home. I was like, if you just drop it off in my hands and run off to your ride, stick it with me, I'm forced to take it home. Well, I did that. David lent me a box, and I brought the cat home in that. My sister questioned me, and what's in the box? I pull out the little black kitten who, again, Morgan. Yeah, she's grown up a little. That's her being a little nuisance. I kept the name at Jill's request because poor kid couldn't keep her. And my mom was like, Black Kitty! And we kept that cat, and everybody freaking would be asking me about that cat. Yeah, if I remember, I'll probably have the carrier clean and bring her by a payday, because come on. It's going to be the last chance to actually see the place. But yeah, then Tiny got fired for reasons that I am not mentioning, because we all know what she did. But yeah, that cat helped me out a lot. And there was last year, 2023. Still in the queue line, having major tooth problems, and I admit, I freaking had an empty vodka bottle with mouthwash in it that I have to use every now and then, spit out one of the drains. And I may or may not have snuck in some alcohol one night to freaking rinse the area of my mouth and spit out. Which, I didn't drink this stuff. To be very frank, I did not actually drink it while at the haunt. And that was only one night, and I decided, you know what? If I got caught with an open bottle of alcohol, like pulled over or something, I'd probably get some time. So, yeah, I never brought it again. And then this year, they finally got me a partner for the queue line again, but I was moved back to the final scene. And in an act of defiance, I kept using this voice. Because, come on, I love using that voice. I could chase a girl out of the back of the hunt this year at one point, and she was like, You sound like Alistair from Hazbin Hotel. And I could be like, Sorry, honey, but the radio demon got nothing on me. It sounds a lot more like Alistair. I'm using the megaphone because it has that trilling effect. But yeah, I've had downsides at that hunt, like the accident I got away on the way there in 2019 and lost my truck. Good times, like when I brought little Miss Morgan home. And yeah, I repair computer stuff in the basement, and that cat likes to quote unquote help. And I will admit, hearing that it was last year at that building, possibilities of a 2025 season being slim, I I about cried, but I ended up holding together because I'm not mentioning any names, but some kid first year here, not my niece or her SO by the way, was crying because he'd finally found a place he felt like he belonged. I gave the kid a hug and told him the truth. The current location is just a section of a building, okay? It's just a part of Acme Plaza. Run by some douche canoes, by the way. But the haunt, what makes it special are the people there. We're like family. And I will always love my haunt family. I will not deny that. Okay. But yeah, as I said on Facebook, under my IRL page, the haunt, it's this. Well, I said the haunting that kid, but home. People say home is where the heart is. Well, the heart of Ghoul Brothers is people there. Yeah, we can still do odd mall events, and hopefully next year we'll have a new building. But Ghoul Brothers is anything but dead. And I love the place. The only reason I waited so long to make this video is because I got sick, was taking Dayquil and every day, NyQuil every night. And I didn't want to sound too bad doing this video. But you know something? Ghoul Brothers will always be a part of my life. Hell, part of it actually thought about making it in my last year there. And that was before I got the news. But you know something? If we get a new location, I am definitely going to try to show up. Because, let's face it, I am a nobody. As a VTuber, as a person, I am a nobody. But at least at Ghoul Brothers, I am part of something. And that's all I wanted to be in life, was part of something. And yeah, I cannot give that up. I'll try to get time to, if we do oddball events, I'll try to get time to freaking join in on those. When we start moving stuff out of the old location, I am going to make time to freaking help move the stuff. Because I love Ghoul Brothers. And heck, if we do the blackout night this Sunday like they're talking about, a volunteer thing, because not sure they could pay everyone for that night, I'm going in and volunteering. Why? Because I love Ghoul Brothers. This has been Mario Kaiba, screwing rules because I'm a zombie bunny. And for those wondering why I use this avatar, there's a little reason that I will link below in the YouTube video that explains it. Fuck the IRS. Anyway, peace out.